bail-ins. Let me explain quickly what that is. Banks have a hard time because they often make terrible mistakes. That is, they invest money by loaning it out to people and businesses who can't pay it back. When that happens, the bank is supposed to use the capital of the people who got together to create the bank, the capital of shareholders if they sell shares to the public, to deal with their mistakes, to fix the damage of folks they lent to who can't pay it back. It's the job of the bank not to lend to people who can't pay it back. So when they don't get repaid, like happened on a massive scale in 2008 and 9, you know what the banks do. They don't want to use up their own money, so they go to the government to get a bailout. The problem is the politicians who give banks big bailouts, as they did, get to be hated by the mass of people who understand very well what's going on. That private banks, to make private money, want the government to bail them out, and they don't want to have to do it. But the banks don't want to do it. So here's what the banks and the politicians got together. They found another sucker. You know who it is? The depositor. It turns out that the laws have been rewritten, starting with a bank in Cyprus that went belly up a few years ago, to allow banks, when they can't recover money they lent and should not have lent, they don't now have to go to the government to get a bailout. They can get a bail-in. You know what that is? Taking money from the depositors who put money in the bank and simply taking it to recoup their own capital that they can't get back from the people they lent to. Is it legal to have a bail-in, to take the money of the depositor and not give it back to them? The answer is yes. In many countries, including the United States, the laws now allow a bail-in. Should that upset you? Uh-huh.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 23. Diverse weights are an abomination unto the Lord, and a false balance is not good. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad with another lesson, another video through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. So first and foremost, Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites who may look like the other nations, but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful Akawats, which is the sisters, the Akawat. Yeah? A bank bail-in will help usher in the digital system. Yeah? Bank bail-ins will help usher in the digital system. Some years back, I think was something like 2019, I want to believe. I just can't get, because so much videos I want to look through, I literally had to look through concerning myself and the brothers when we was out on the highways and byways in Sawa there doing the works. We were speaking concerning the economy and what have you, and Yahweh Hashem Yahshai put it in my spirit to say this, that there is going to come a day, alright, that you people especially well, I'm speaking about you Jakes, but what I'm speaking about is especially you Jakes who is in the who is in the under this fear of the government. You know, you have your government job and whatnot, and you know you watch it as job security, you know, because you're under the government, whatnot, so forth. The time is going to come where you all is going to bawl and scream, because he is going to go in that bank to get whatever money you have deposited in that bank, and he is not ever going to be able to get it. Because why? The system is coming to a serious crash. Alright? The time is coming where you guys is going to bawl and howl, because what you see, what is taking place right now, you know, what is taking place right now is a whole paradigm shift, a whole systematical change, in which this systematical change is not for your benefit. Let's put it that way. Alright? It is not for your benefit. It is not for you to have a better outcome of life. Alright? This world economic problem, because it is a problem, only the blind wouldn't see it. Yeah? Only the blind wouldn't see it. Because hey, Yabashim Yashai put that blindness upon them. Alright? But the ones who in the know, they will be able to discern. Alright? Because as I said, this whole economical system is a problem. Is a serious problem. A problem that the only way, a problem that there's no end, there's nothing to alleviate the problem. Alright? Because it is only going to get more worse and more worse and more worse. And the thing is, these things is happening by design. Alright? These things is happening by design, by the elites that be. That's why Proverbs 21:6, it says what? The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. Alright? Because these people had gotten the riches and what have you, alright, by a lying tongue. These elites, by what? By taking away the gold standard of the dollar and just having it into total fiat currency. Alright? Now, by them doing that now, having the world economy under this fiat currency, you're having a large bubble right now, because what been taking place is mass dollars being printed on a large scale, on a rapid scale. Alright? And by it going by that, there is no accountability, because these central banks that is lending these monies to the governments, alright, you're having these government have to pay back these central banks with a large interest rate, and in order for them to pay it back, you have to continue borrow. So everything is a credit base. This whole system is a credit based system, all right, and it trickle down all the way to the commercial banks. Now the commercial banks and the central bank is two separate entities. All right? The commercial bank, central bank, two separate entities. But this is the thing here. This is the thing here. By the commercial bank, all right, they also, just as the government, they also making a lot of shady deals. All right, a lot of shady deals, a lot of shady investments and what have you. And this is what the elites actually, this is what the elites want. All right, the elites want for these sort of deals and whatnot to take place, because these commercial banks also, it is just as the central bank is a whole Ponzi scheme. All right, it's a whole Ponzi scheme, and when the whole Ponzi scheme come to a crashing halt, because all Ponzi schemes just come to a crashing halt. All right, when you have no more body to invest and what have you, because and so where you could keep on making your shady deals, what has happened? It comes to a crashing halt. But when it comes to the crashing halt, who's the one that is benefit from it? The ones who is at the top of the pyramid. All right, because this whole financial system here, this whole financial system, which is coming to a crash, all right, it trickling all the way down to the commercial banks, because and again, this is what the elites want, because the elites, all right, they want to literally get rid of this whole what do you call it again, commercial bank, this whole commercial bank system. All right, so that they could do what they could bring in, so that the only thing that could be standing, the only bank that could be standing is that central, that CDBC, all right, that central bank digital currency, what have you. All right, and then to play a big part in it, because if you look at Jamaica right now, because Jamaica economy is it's in tatters. All right, it's in tatters. All right, but what they're doing now is, see what going on now with Jamaica, what they bringing that and they make it legal tender. Right, that is a new form of fiat now. That legal tender digital currency. All right, it is legal tender. All right, and that is a prime example, because the like your Bitcoin and whatnot, all these other Bitcoins and whatnot, these privatized Bitcoin and whatnot, all right, these things is not going to be acknowledged by the government, not going to be acknowledged by the central bank and whatnot, so it would not be valuable for payments of debts. All right, and as the same thing with the commercial banks. All right, they will not hold no value in the whole economical sphere. All right, to do business and transaction and what have you. All right, that's why these people is what is crashing the system from crashing this fiat currency, which will in turn crash the commercial banks. All right, which will in turn crash the commercial bank, because if I take a look at these commercial banks, they're not on a solid standard. All right, 2008 was a prime example, because what was going on with with these banks. It was also going on with it spread all the way down to Trinidad here, and it was also going on with these big insurance companies. All right, Clico Investment was one. All right, where they was doing a lot of shady deals, loaning out money on a lot of shady deals and whatnot, so forth. You understand? And it was the taxpayers that was to bail out. All right, but that caused a whole set of uproar. So there was laws put in place now, and don't get it twisted, Trinidad and Tobago will follow those laws. All right, they will follow those laws. By the way of now, when everything come into a crash, it would not be a government bailout. It will be the depositors. Your money is going to be doing the bail-ins, and it wouldn't have no capping. When I say capping, where if you have less than 100,000, your money will be safe. It's who have 100, who have what 200,000, 300,000. No, it will be cross-board. Whatever money inside there is what will be used to prop up the bank. Alright, but it ain't gonna be propping up the bank. It will be propping up these heads. Alright, within these commercial banks, and this is what the elites want. This is what the elites want. Alright, so that they could help usher in the MOTB system. Because when that happen now, where you guys have nothing in your banks to go and withdraw to sustain yourself, you would have no choice but to come straight to the government, or should I say the elites that is controlling the government, because the elites, all right, is the one that that fully controls the whole banking system, the central banking system. That's why the scripture say in Revelation 13, 16, it reads what? And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive what? A mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? Because this whole economical system that is coming to a crash by design, all right, is to bring in this here. All right, along with your because what I was to finish say concerning Jamaica. Besides the CDBC, Jamaica is doing a full reform within the digital identity, because your digital identity will have to be, it will have to be compatible, all right, with your digital wallet, which is the which goes back to the CDBC, you know, your digital currency. All right. Perfect example of these commercial banks coming to a crash. With the CDBC, you don't need a bank account. All right, you don't need a bank account, but you will need to have a digital ID in order for you to have access to your digital wallet. All right. The elites, they want these bail-ins. They want these bail-ins bad, and they is going to get it. Where your savings is going to what is going to bring in the bail-ins. Your savings is what is going to be used. I should say is what is going to be used. All right. To bail out the banking system, but it is still going to crash. Because why? When that take place, all right, is what is going to bring in now this whole digital system, this digital currency. So he says what? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right? Because you rich guy, all you rich people, you rich ones, best believe your money is going to be used. The rich ones and the middle class, so-called middle class, all right, your money is going to be used for those bailings. So when that take place, you have no choice but to revert to the system to alleviate your financial woes. All right? Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right? That is the only way now is going to be. All right? Because why? The system come to a crash. Yeah? The system come to a crash. Take a look at the stock markets right now. Take a look at these big financial heads, all right, predicting a financial crisis, a global, not just a financial, but a global financial crisis on an astronomical scale. Yeah? The scriptures don't lie. Is Zephaniah? Let me see. I think it's Zephaniah 1:10. Yeah, Zephaniah 1:10. It reads what? And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. All right? This is speaking about your financial system here. This is speaking about the stock market. This is speaking about the world economy here. A loud crash. Yeah? People this thing here is going to be, that loud crash is going to be heard through the four corners of the earth, through your media, through your social media, your news. Because it is going to be that big. It is going to be that big of a problem that even the man who do himself have economical knowledge, that even he still going to know about it. He will pay attention to it. Alright? This is going to be worse, way worse. What is coming is going to be way worse than 2008, 2010, going all to 2013. Yeah? That's why when I go to Ecclesiastes 12:1, it reads what? Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Yeah? Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Who is the keepers of the house? Esau, Edom, these elites. Right? And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. No work, because why? This whole economical system come to a crash. Because when it comes to a crash, we are going to work for the system crash. The whole monetary system crash. All right? The whole monetary system crash. You can't get to. How I go pay it? Let me take my time here. It ain't go no goods coming in for truckers to go and bring no materials, you know, coming in on the ships for the truckers to go and get. to supply these establishments and what have you, because all these things, what it costs money. Yeah, all these things cost money. So when that whole monetary system cease, all right, your whole working system, you know, those who working in the supermarkets, those who working in the government ministries, private sector, all right, is not going to have no work, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah. Now even them celebrities and all gonna be making money, because why? The system come to a grinding halt. Why the system come to a grinding halt? Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and 4. I will start at 4. Yeah? Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine. Alright? The philosophies, and a big part of the philosophies is the wicked and false economical system that the world follows after. Alright? He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Let's all have one purse. Yeah? Right? Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him, all right, that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that laid it himself with thick clay. That thick clay is when I go to the Hebrew, is I think it's a badiat. Yeah, I think it's a badiat. All right, which goes into depth. All right, which goes into heavy depth. All right. This is why this place is going to crash, because this whole financial system is a debt-based system, a credit-based system. The governments itself, they making shady deals, and then you have the private banks also making shady deals. So when you add the two of them together, where you expect what is going to take place? All right? What do you expect going to take place? And if you feel you're going to take out your money out of the bank and go to a credit union, oh boy, you can't run from it. All who feel well your money in credit union, and you're not saving no money in the bank, you're saving it in the credit union and think your money safe. No, brother man. Because when that whole economical system come to a crash with your paper money, your fiat currency, that money will be no good. That you can't wipe your ass with it, because the one we are is the polymer, the plastic. You can't wipe your ass with that. So don't feel wherever you have in the credit union, you will be able to use it, because it will be no more legal tender. Because why? You have a whole digital system coming. All right? And a digital system, your digital system, it come in here in Trinidad also. Yeah? It come in here in Trinidad also. Watch this here. Watch your boy here. Yeah? Where you feel this e-identity for? Remember he been bringing out this in the manifesto from in the election campaign from since 2015. Yeah, PM wants unique e-identity card system for TNT, which is digital identity. All right. So it says Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is recommending a unique e-identity card for every citizen as a means of eliminating wastage and corruption in the post-COVID, I shouldn't say, but, right? You all know what I'm talking about, right? But this is not to eliminate no wastage and whatnot. No, this is not for that. This is to be compatible with your CDBC. Yeah? Addressing the team, he says, and let's take all this. Addressing the team during last week's meeting with the roadmap to recovery team, Rowley said TNT has been underperforming and had failed to utilize technology like other countries. Be out there, yeah, they want to be out that they want to be out that one mind. Yeah? Saying that, you all know what I'm talking about, was forcing TNT to become better than before. Alright? This whole situation where the whole world was under was forcing TNT to become better than before. Alright? Because, believe it or not, this nigga signed up with the UN. Alright? This nigga signed up with the UN concerning the global warming business. And if you all gonna get to know that whole pact, that whole agreement is the in-depth of that agreement, hey, you all is gonna ball. Yeah? So he says the coal business was forcing TNT to become better than before, build back better. Alright? All these world governments build back better. That is the slogan. Alright, Rowley said, I want to tell the presenters that you have given me such great hope that this exercise will produce what I anticipated. Now let me update it to something. Right now Trinidad has a ministry, alright, that is dedicated to the transferring of just yesterday one of the brothers gave us some information because we have a brother, you know, we get some little information, you know, because we have an insider that is connected to the brother that is going to update us on these people moves where the digital system is concerned. Now, what he was showing is that the building 13 buildings, all right, the government is building 13 buildings in Trinidad here to accommodate this whole digital transformation of data business, because everything now they're going to put digitalize. All right, everything is going to put digitalize. All right, so he says, making reference to the presentation done by Labour stalwart Michel Anisette, Rowley said the use of key e-identity cards such as those used in Estonia will go a long way to better management of the country's resources. Lies. This is to be compatible with your MOTB system, because when you have that, that is why when that thing is implanted in you, all right. When that thing is implanted in you, that there is storing all the information, all right. So, which is the RFID I'm talking about, the RFID chip, all right. That they're holding all the information, it's storing all the information, and what have you. Alright? So you will need to have that identity. Alright? So when they scan it, alright, when you hook up in the system through the identification program, you will be able to have access to your funds. Alright? Catch where I'm coming from? Continuing, it is interesting that the idea has come from Labour. I was very intrigued that he mentioned Estonia, which tells me that we are on the same wavelength. Estonia is the same size of TNT in terms of population. It is a slightly bigger economy, and Estonia is such a well-run country on the basis of the key identity, the e-identity business. And it helps with effective management of that population, which is what? To have a proper database of everybody and all their transactions. Because it's all about control. This is what these people want. He said if a key e-identity system was placed in TNT, it would have been easier to distribute the social grants yeah, to vulnerable members of the population during the, alright, the so-called, you all know what we're talking about, the lockdown measures and what have you. Alright? Because they would have know all who in the system and all who receive and whatnot, so forth, so forth. Alright? When we look at what is available to us, we have been underperforming, and we should take this opportunity to try to perform better. Nothing will make us perform better than a transformation where public government and administration is based on key identity. Yeah? I will leave it as that and go back to the scriptures. So, right, so we get the program here. Alright? We get the program here. So that's why these people, boy, these people, that's why when you go to Psalm 73, because it's all about this is really Esau's plan, Esau's doing. Alright, Rowley is just what? Rowley is just a puppet. Alright? Rowley is just a puppet. Psalm 73 and verse 3. Alright? It reads, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the what? Of the wicked. Alright? For there are no bonds in their debt, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Esau, Edom. Alright? Because why? They are in full control, and that's why they could do what they are doing. That's the reason why I'm reading the scripture from the point we are reading it at. Alright? They could do all their measures and whatnot, what they want to bring forth, because they are in full control. Alright? Therefore, pride compasses them as about as a chain, violence covered them as a what? As a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than the heart could wish. But to the point here, verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Alright? Because this system that they are bringing is a very oppressive system. And this system is really to oppress the children of Israel. That is what it's all about. They will bring the whole world under the whole system here. But it's really made as a snare for the children of Israel. Alright? Therefore their mouth, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and the waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth Yahweh know? And there is no knowledge in the Most High. Alright? They think that, you know, all what they're doing, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is not seeing them. He don't know what they're doing, you know, and they are wiser than the Most High. Alright? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. Alright? They increase in riches. Alright? They increase in riches. Yeah? That's why when I go to Sirach, to link with this, Sirach 21, 8, It reads, he that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial. Alright? Because this is what these bailings is all about, taking these people money, these depositors money, alright? So that they could come begging to the government to take this technological advancement so that they could have what? Access to buy and to sell and what have you. And this will be contributing to these people, these elites. This will be contributing to the stronghold of their house, which is the house is what is built upon wickedness. That's why it says what? Verse 9, the congregation of the wicked is like two wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to this what? To destroy them. Yeah? Yabashim Yasha is not playing with you guys. This is what is coming up on the face of the earth. Because it is a whole unjust system. And these people had been doing this, these people that had known this from the beginning. Why you think they take away? But they had been preparing this, you know, from ever since. Alright? The heart is deep. You feel they didn't know when they take away that gold standard what will become of the economy? You feel they don't know the importance of having your dollar backed by gold? They know the importance. That's why they take it away. So that they can lead all the way up to this, so that they can what? Have full control. Because as long as they keep that gold standard, and where the people kind of go to the central banks and return the paper dollar and get it in equivalent to gold, they know that the power will be in the hands of the people. Alright? That's why when I go to Sirach, what are the other doing? I'm going back to Sirach 40:25. Sirach 40:25, it reads, gold and silver make the foot stand sure. Make your economy stand sure. Because you could only print as much money. You could only print a limited amount of money that is equivalent to the gold that you have. Alright, so gold and silver make the foot stand sure. So when you're bouncing up into problems, you can alleviate the problem by the gold. Alright, but the council is esteemed above them both. Yeah? But you see, the thing is, this is the thing we're going on with these people here now. Sirach 31, it reads, Sirach 31:1, it reads, watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof drieth away sleep. Watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep. It reads, the rich had great labor in gathering riches together. When he rested, he is filled with his delicacies. The poor laboureth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy. Because why? This economical system that these people had bring forth upon the people, alright? It's having the people in debt. You know how much people is living on credit cards? Worldwide, you know how much people is living on credit? Because the paycheck can't sustain them. Yeah? They're living on a paycheck month to month, and on top of that, the paycheck can't sustain them, so they have to live on credit cards, and they can't even pay back the debts. Yeah? You know what people, they're taking out a loan on a high interest rate and can't pay it back? Yeah? He that loveth gold shall not be satisfied, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Right? Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. And this is what is coming for you guys. You guys are going to cough up all that you hoard, all that gold that you hoard. You elites is going to cough up all. Alright? It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, that kill for it. That not kill, but murder for it. Alright? Murder to keep the gold for themselves and give people bunch of paper, all right, and tell them this here is worth so and so and whatnot, so forth, so forth. Think these people, hey, yeah? What, rich? Yeah, it is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken thereat. Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish and hath not gone after gold, which is what? The rich in faith, the rich in Yahweh, Shem Yahushai. Who is he? And we will call him blessed, for wonderful things he hath done among his people. Yeah? He who hath been tried thereby and found perfect. Then let him glory, who might offend and hath not offended, or done evil, or hath done it. His good shall be established, and the congregation shall declare his arm. This is speaking about the righteous here, which this is going to take place when we are in the kingdom. Yeah, you guys just greedy to hell. And again, this is what is going to cause. This is what is going to. This here is going to have you people on your bending knees, begging for a solution when this whole economic crisis comes upon you. Yeah? And you all is going to what? Willfully take that charagma. You guys is willfully going to take that charagma. Yeah? Last scripture. Job 20. Where the hell are we going? Job 20. Job 20 and 4. It reads, Knowest thou not of this old? Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed on the earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Yeah? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? Which is you Esau Edom. Alright? He shall flee away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Alright? After you done serve what? Your 1,000 years of slavery. Boy, oh boy, it is coming. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither his place any more behold him. Which is what? Your rulership. Alright? His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Which is seeing taking place. Some of these so-called white people that are trying to say they're looking to, they're feeling sorry for Jake and trying to help Jake, throw a bone for Jake. Yeah? But don't worry, he is going to restore all that he have stolen. His bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall ye down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat is in his bowels, his turn, it is the gall of apes within him. Yeah? Which is your riches. Alright? Your riches is going to turn bitter towards you, because why? He is not going to enjoy it. He is not going to enjoy a new world order. Because you're going to lose everything. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him. Which is what? Thermal nuclear missiles. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. He is not going to enjoy a new world order. Yeah? That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he had desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods in the fullness of his sufficiency. Yeah, when he think that, he have it all. Right? He have it all, everything coming to plan, everything going to plan, everything going to work. He shall be in straits. He shall be in difficulty, which is judgment coming upon you by the way of Yahweh Shai, and the angels, along with the 144,000 elect. Yeah? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Yeah? When he is about to full that, and that goes back into what? Into the other nations. They are going to rebel too. Because they can't take no more of that slavery that you're putting the people under. With this beast system that you're bringing up on the face of the earth. Alright? That going to be on steroids. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast fury upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, while he's enjoying your new world order. Yeah? Having everybody chipped and all that. Yahweh Yahshua is going to rain fire upon you, thermal nuclear fire. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall what? Shall strike him through. Yeah? There is what is coming for these people. A little more edification concerning this bank bailing and what it really is about. Bear with me.
An example of a bail-in is when a bank borrows money from its creditors, such as depositors, in order to restructure its debts. Depositing money in a bank is generally considered a personal asset by most people. In fact, that's not the case at all. Once you've placed a deposit with the bank, you no longer own that money. The bank owns it. The only thing you possess is the bank's commitment to pay back the loan. It's a risk that can't be recouped. It's a whole different experience than having actual cash stashed away beneath your bed. If you deposit money into a bank, you are theoretically a creditor of the bank. If the bank runs into problems, a bail-in might leave you holding the bag. In the beginning of 2013, the people of Cyprus had to learn this the hard way. Saturday morning brought the news that their bank accounts had been emptied in a bail-in to save the banks from collapse. To justify taxpayer-funded bailouts of some of the country's biggest financial institutions during the financial crisis of 2008, regulators and lawmakers used the phrase "too big to fail," TBTF. Congress approved the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Act of January 2010 in response to the public's anger with the use of their tax resources in this manner. However, it opened the door for bank bail-ins. To answer your question, here's the answer: between the bail-in and bailout. In both a bail-in and a bailout, the goal is to keep a bank from going under. The primary distinction is in who is responsible for footing the bill for the bank's rescue. The government provides capital to the banks in order to keep them afloat. Financial firms such as Bank of America Corporation, Citigroup, and American International Group (AIG) received $700 billion in government bailout funds during the financial crisis. Taxpayer money must be used since the government doesn't have any of its own. U.S. Treasury Department reports that all of the money has been returned to the banks. The money of the bank's unsecured creditors, such as depositors and bondholders, is used by the bank to reorganize its capital in order to remain afloat. To put it another way, the bank is permitted to convert its debt into equity in order to meet its capital needs. A resolution procedure may swiftly bail in a bank, providing instant relief for the bank. Depositors face the clear danger of losing a part of their money with a bank. If a bank fails, depositors' money is protected up to $250,000 by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. Only deposits worth more than $250,000 may be used by banks. Depositors and bondholders are subordinated to derivative claims since they are unsecured creditors. When banks invest in one another, they create derivatives, which are designed to protect their portfolios. Nevertheless, the 25 biggest banks own $247 trillion in derivatives, putting the financial system at danger. The Dodd-Frank Act prioritizes derivative claims in order to avert a possible disaster. What happens when bail-ins become required? Basel III International Reforms 2 for the European Union's banking sector inspired the Dodd-Frank Act's provision for bank bail-ins, which were primarily based on that framework. Statutory bail-ins are established, allowing federal regulators to take over bank holding firms, as well as major non-bank holding businesses, under government administration. In order to safeguard American taxpayers, the clause does not allow government money to be used to bail out banks that are too large to fail. Instead, they'll be released on bond and returned to custody. European bail-in experiments. Cypriot banks have employed bank bail-ins as a means of coping with excessive debt and the potential for bank collapse. Depositors with more over 100,000 euros had to write off a percentage of their assets as a result of the bail-in program. Despite the fact that the bail-ins avoided bank collapses, the European financial markets are now concerned that the practice may expand. Bondholders are worried that higher rates and less bank deposits will result from the increased risk to bondholders. Low or negative interest rates in several European nations have led to a significant increase in the number of bank bailouts. The answer: let the banks go down. Re-establish the banks from the ground up by incarcerating the owners and boards. Please like, share, and subscribe.
So you see how sticky the situation is. Boy, it's sticky. It is sticky. Hope you was edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Kal Halayam, La Allah Hayanawa Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. This is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad signing out. Shalom.